Okay, we are live. When anybody wants to begin, you may unmute yourself.
Budget and appropriations is canceled tonight.
Capital improvements and city development is canceled tonight.
Public Works is canceled for this evening.
Transportation and traffic is canceled as well. There's a traffic study commission meeting on the 14th.
I'd like to call Public Safety and Emergency Management to order at 7:01. I have one motion to bring forward this evening from the docket of December 1st, 2020. I entertain a motion to approve the transfer of $21,705.95, excuse me, from account 1124100-578300, citywide reserve fund for transfer, to account 12100-515075, police earned time for funds needed due to the retirement of an employee on November 5th, 2020.
Second.
This, we had another police officer retire. I think he had 37 years, and I don't have the paper right in front of me. But this is one of a few that'll be coming up after the first of the year. We've had quite a few retire in the last year. It's a tough job out there, and these guys earn it every day they go out there and put their lives on the line. So this pays them probably is some sick time, vacation time, and whatnot. Any questions or comments?
Peter,
Yes, Jay.
just want to wish this particular individual well. Certainly a character, and will certainly be missed. So all the best.
I know he was. I was going to mention his name, but we're going to do something at a later date for the guys that have retired over this, during the pandemic and short time before that. We really haven't had the opportunity to honor these police officers in the fashion that's coming to them. So
Yep.
I'm working on something now to see if we can do something.
Well, let me know if I can help in any way.
All right, thank you. If I have no questions, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Thank you very much. I have no other business this evening. Thank you. Move to adjourn.
Second.
Second.
We are adjourned.
Aye.
Thank you.
Aye.
I'll call the Personnel, Veterans, and Human Services Committee together at 7:04. This evening, we have two individuals who I hope are watching us right now. And I'd like to introduce you to Sharon Fortune. Sharon, are you out there?
She's being brought in right now.
Thank you very much. Sharon will be talking with her about her interest as an elections commissioner.
Okay, can you hear me?
Sharon, yes. Are we going to be able to see you as well?
You should be able to. Let me see. Let me start my video. Got me? Yeah.
There you are. How are you?
Sorry about that. Good. How are you?
Good to meet you. I'm Ty.
It's nice to meet you.
You're looking at the city council. And yes, that's Kate waving at you. And Peter is, well, I don't know where everybody else sees people, but Peter is up there. He is on our committee, and Sarah is there. with the glasses looking at you in her
Oh,
study.
okay, there. I've got everybody now. I'm on my phone, so I didn't.
There's 3 people with glasses on, Ty.
Well, I'm only looking at you.
Okay,
Okay, so before I make any nomination or anything, you and I have talked on one occasion, and you seem very interested in being an elections commissioner. And Sharon, I wondered if you could share something about yourself and why you're interested in this particular position.
Yeah, so I've lived in Attleboro for 21 years. I've been recently, now that my kids are older, looking for opportunities to volunteer. And this I heard about is right up my alley. I'm a news junkie and a politics junkie, and just very interested in getting involved in general. So I read about it a while ago, I think, on the mayor's Facebook page, and I thought about it, and it seems like I'd really be interested in it.
Well, hopefully it will be a good experience for you. But first, we need to open it up for anybody who would like to ask Sharon a question. I should mention, as all of you would know, but just for the public, that there are 2 Republican election commissioners and 2 Democratic election commissioners, and you are a Democratic candidate, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Do we have any questions for Sharon? Not a simple job sometimes when these elections go beyond 1 o'clock in the morning, which they've stayed up late on occasion. I know that.
Mm.
And when you're looking for a place to hold an election, and in recent years, we've had to find a few different places. And so that would take part of your efforts as well. Oh, okay, Kathleen.
Hey, Ty, thank you. Sharon, my name's Kathleen DeSimone. I want to welcome you and thank you for volunteering to serve on the Election Commission. I think current events have only proved just how vitally important it is to maintain the sanctity and the credibility of our elections. And I appreciate anyone who is willing to serve in that effort. It's super important. So thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Would anybody else like to say anything? I could, yes, go ahead.
no, just thank you and welcome.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, I can only echo what Kathleen said. It's people who are election commissioners have been under the spotlight, and not necessarily in Attleboro, but all across the country at different times lately. And it's very important position. So you can stay on for a second if you would like. I would entertain a motion to approve the appointment of Sharon Fortune, 16 Brook Street, Attleboro, to fill an unexpired term on the Election Commission, term to expire February of 2021. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Peter. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. And so the vote passes 3-0. Thank you, Sharon. And we'll be taking a vote, a motion in front of the entire council next week.
Okay, great.
And
Thank you very much.
You are welcome. Thank you have a good Thanksgiving.
Thanks, you too.
Okay. And we have one more person that we're meeting this evening, Karen Murray, who likes to be called Kim, I understand. Is Karen Murray on? Jim, do you see Karen Murray?
Yep, she's coming in.
It's Kim, showing down there. Kim, can you hear me? Your name's on my screen. Kim is seeking an appointment to the Substance Abuse Prevention Council. and she is a professional in that field. I was very impressed by her background. Kim, are you?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, sorry, I had a little trouble.
Well, Zoom is not always simple. Are you able to, can we see your picture?
No, I don't have a camera.
Okay, all right. Fortunately, my wife bought this laptop 2 weeks before the pandemic, or I wouldn't have one either. At least I wouldn't have had one for a while. So, Kim, thank you very much for your interest in Substance Abuse Prevention Council. Can you share a little bit about yourself, your background, and your professional involvement with this field?
Okay, I'm a LADAC, LADC level 1. I work at the North Cottage program. I've been there for 11 years. I'm a director of the MPU program, which is a multi-phase unit. It's a 31-bed residential treatment building. I have 3 counselors under me, plus I have a caseload, and it's substance abuse. That's what we do. We treat substance abuse. I've also had, I worked in methadone, so I have some experience in MAT, which is the medicated assisted treatment.
And so you do that all day long, and you want to do that for the city in your spare time.
Well, again, it's getting involved is a good thing.
It is.
It is.
So we appreciate it. Are there any questions for Kim?
I'll just make a comment, Ty, if I may.
I thank you very much.
Yeah, very welcome. Kim, Kathleen D. Simone, I want to welcome you and thank you for serving on the Substance Abuse Commission. Yet again, another extremely important issue in our community today, and I appreciate and respect the work done by councils of all kinds, but particularly in this area. So thank you very much for volunteering.
Thank you.
Anybody else want to jump in? Okay. Kim, I really respect this myself. During this pandemic era, I imagine you're seeing this issue become even bigger than normal. Am I correct?
We do. We have, it's harder right now only because there's not enough beds to go around, and a lot of programs, because of social distancing, it's difficult. It is. It's a tough time. Very tough time.
Well, we respect your professionalism and your interest and your willingness to give to the city as much as you're already giving an awful lot as it is.
Thank you.
I would entertain a motion to approve the appointment of Karen K. Murray, 32 Jewel Avenue, Attleboro, to fill an unexpired term on the Council on Substance Abuse Prevention, term to expire February 2023. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you very much. Is there any conversation?
Just
Okay.
thanks very much for wanting to serve.
Thank you.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? I hear none.
Hmm.
So Kim, thank you. And again, we will bring your name up again in front of the entire council, even though they just heard you, and that will be next week.
Okay.
You have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
You guys also. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye. So that concludes the business of the Personnel and Veterans Human Services Committee. I would call for an adjournment.
Second.
Thank you very much. All those in favor?
Excuse me, Ty, before you adjourn,
Yes,
did you have one more?
I do.
You can't adjourn.
I don't.
Did you not need that one?
Are you talking about the one from the docket of March 3rd?
Yes.
Oh,
No?
no.
Okay, that's all yeah.
Not tonight.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for asking. So I can't remember if I called for the vote to adjourn. All those in favor?
Second. Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. That concludes the business of the Personnel, Veterans, and Human Services Committee tonight. We'll meet at the next appropriate time, and everybody have a nice Thanksgiving.
All right, I think I'm up next.
Are you up next? Okay.
I call the Zoning and Land Use Committee to order at 7:16. On my committee is myself, Councilor Holmes, and Councilor Delicio. We have one order of business from the docket of December 1st, 2020. I entertain a motion to accept an easement as shown on a sketch entitled Basin Easement Exhibit A. This is needed so the city may install and maintain one or more water filtration basins on a limited portion of County Street in order to allow water that pools in the rear of the property to undergo proper filtration and to be directed to the city's drainage pipe, which releases excess water into the 10 Mile River.
Second.
All right. Motion's in order. This is regarding, this is just to install these basins for the city's drainage to allow the easement for riverbank and that corner that's over there. So it was in the mayor's communication. I can share the picture, the drawing, if anybody's interested in seeing it, or did everyone have a chance to look at it in the mayor's communication?
Yeah, I don't need to see it.
Okay, it's pretty straightforward. It's just to there's water that collects in, and it's just an easement to allow that. Vice President Jackson.
Thank you. Hi, Todd. I just wanted to, I spoke with Mike Tyler recently with regards to this as well. And he said we're going to see a lot more, well, not a lot more, but we're going to see several more of these coming before us because our city solicitor, Cindy Amara, has taken a look at this, and she thought it would be best that we actually go through this legal process of making sure we have the proper easements to take care of the basins because we're on private property.
Yep.
Yep.
Makes perfect sense. Any other questions or comments? All right, hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. So the other items I have are all either waiting for a public hearing, or in the case of Crown Street, we're just waiting to hear back from the planning board. I spoke to Gary Arasian earlier today, and we should hear back shortly and be able to move forward with that. Also, with regard to the hazard mitigation plan that we approved and was sent forward to the state, I just wanted to mention that there was a suspense date of December 30th for us to hear back from the state and then for the council to approve on that hazard mitigation plan. That deadline has been moved out because it's going to take a little bit longer for the state to actually review the, was it 700 pages or to review our plan and get back to us. So where we were planning to sort of be moving on that sooner, that'll be pushed into Q1 of next year. So this is just an update. So anything else from anybody else on the committee? All right, move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We're adjourned at 7:20.
Is it me? Is it my turn? Laura, do you have something? Okay.
I'd like to call the License Committee to order at 7:20. I just have a couple quick ones. From the docket of December 1st, 2020, I entertain a motion to approve the following 8 applications for Class 2 licenses. 97 Emory Street, located at 97 Emory Street with 7 customer parking spaces and 30 display spaces. J Motor Group at 1856 County Street with 4 customer parking spaces and 20 display. Cartown USA at 680 Washington Street with 9 customer parking spaces and 20 display. Lime Rock Motors at 722 Washington Street with 4 customer spaces and 48 display spaces. State Line Auto at 1115 Washington Street with 6 customer spaces, 42 display spaces, and 55 storage spaces. Landmark Auto Sales, 537 Washington Street with 3 customer spaces and 15 display. New England Cars, 923 Washington Street with 7 customer spaces and 33 display spaces. Best Buy Automotive and Tires, 925 and 932 Washington Street with 8 customer spaces and 40 display.
Second.
Does anybody have any questions or anything? Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
From the docket of October 20th, 2020, I entertain a motion to approve an application from the South Attleboro Post 312 on Newport Avenue for an automated amusement device license for a jukebox and pool tables.
Second.
Thank you. Anybody have any questions?
No.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. And that's all the business I have. So I'd like to call for an adjournment at 7:22.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We're adjourned at 7:22. Thank you.
Okay, I would like to call the City Property and Claims Committee to order at, I have 7:23. Does that look right for you guys? 7:23. And I have 2 actually motions on the docket tonight. So from the docket of December 1st, 2020, I entertain a motion to accept the generous donation of $200 of Stop and Shop gift cards from an anonymous donor to the Veterans Services Office.
Second.
Thank you. I have no further comments, but would anyone else like to speak to this? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? That motion passes. From the docket of December 1st, 2020, I entertain a motion to accept the generous donation of $300 of Stop and Shop gift cards from the Disabled American Veterans of Attleboro to the Veterans Service Office.
Second.
Thank you. Any questions or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, that motion passes. And I have a third motion, which I'm not bringing out this evening. So that is all the business City Property and Claims Committee has this evening. And I would like to call for an adjournment at 7:20.
Second.
27. My clock's off from everybody. 7:27. Okay. Second. Thank you. And we are adjourned at 7:27. Thank you.
Okay, good evening. So Ordinance, Elections, and Legislative Matter Committee to order at, I have 7:24, but what did you just do, Sarah? I'm sorry.
I thought Kate said 7:27. I had 7:25, so I don't know.
Okay.
My God, yeah.
29.
I said 7:27 because Kate said it was 7:27.
All right, so 7:29. Myself, Councilor DeSimone, and Vice President Jackson. I do have a few things this evening. First, I'll go through a few kind of quick ones. I entertain a motion to call for a public hearing on January 5th, 2021 on Ordinance Change 10-4.18. This is the speed humps one.
Second.
Thank you. So we had made an ordinance change that included any municipal building so that the high school could have permanent speed humps over with the new construction site, but this would make it so that they would be permanent ones throughout the city. So we're going to call for a public hearing in the new year. Any other questions or comments? Okay. Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. I entertain a motion to strike the following. From the docket of July 17, 2018, a new ordinance request as it pertains to smoking restrictions in cars with children.
Second.
Second.
Thank you. So this has been in the committee since 2018. And so I just would like to kind of clean this up and strike it from committee if possible, from council.
Any other comments or questions?
No.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. From the docket of April 7th, 2020, request amendments to ordinance 16-10-14 for water fees and installations.
Second.
Thank you. So this has been in committee since in the springtime. It didn't seem to have a lot of support. I'd like to get it out of committee, let it go before the full council. There's usually changes to the fee increases every January. So I really think that we should kind of vote on this. And then if it doesn't have the support, it doesn't have the support. And then we would be reviewing it anyway in the next couple months. So that was my thought process on that. Council Blair?
Why don't you just strike it? My objection to it was without a proper public hearing, ability to have a proper public hearing on something this costly, I don't think it should be brought up. So I wouldn't bring it before the council. I would just strike it. Let them send it back down.
Oh, okay. Any thoughts from my committee on that?
I am all for bringing it out and having it ruled on by the entire body. I think a proper public hearing, although it's perhaps not ideal, what we're doing is in fact proper, at least in terms of the law as it currently is. The executive declaration allows for these kind of meetings, so I think we're good.
Agree.
Okay, so the committee seems comfortable bringing it out. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. I just have one more item. So from the docket of September 22nd, 2020, I entertain a motion to approve the proposed amendments for ordinance changes for the following amendments, section 11-22, use of balloons.
Second.
Thank you. So this was one part of the environmental ordinance that it was actually written separately from that. So I did want to bring this out and again, just have the full council vote on it for next week.
Okay.
Any other thoughts or comments?
Diana, I had just submitted an amendment on this particular one. It was a slight revision.
Okay.
Do we introduce that next week or?
You can right on the floor. Was it to go to the city solicitor to review?
I think so. It was with the other ones. It's nothing of any substance, frankly. It's just to kind of clean up the language a little bit. I know it's not a huge amendment, but I mean, it's not a huge ordinance issue, but anyway, for what it's worth, should I just mention it next week or bring it out next week? I don't know how that works, so forgive me.
Yes, you can. You can bring out a motion or you can do it tonight in committee, but you can bring it out in front of the full council for everybody to discuss as well, either way.
Okay. All right. It's nothing too substantial, so I don't think anybody will have difficulties if it's brought to the floor next week. It's not an extensive document by any means.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So that will be also brought out. I wanted to provide a little bit of an update. So I had so much going on. So section 7-7, collection of solid waste. Do you remember the mayor was updating the bulk items? I'm still waiting for the city solicitor and the three of us to kind of get together to update the ordinance. So it's a clean copy to provide to everybody. So we did make some changes and amendments that did pass, but I'd like it to be like a clean document for everybody to review before I kind of bring it out and it's like piecemeal. So I'm still waiting on that. I wanted to provide a little update. And then with the, and then I'm hoping in the next couple of weeks to also bring out the whole environmental ordinance, which we just had the closed public hearing on. And those are the only things that I have right now. Any comments from, oh, I really want to thank Virginia too, because this was like, some of these documents and some of these ordinance changes are like 100 pages and she's just been really helpful with helping me stay organized. So I did want to let her know that I really appreciated that. Anything else? Go ahead.
Two things, Diana. I also submitted I was going to propose amendments to the other the ordinances as submitted by the mayor. I don't know if those were going to the solicitor before or after. And then my second question is, do we need to incorporate the language that regarding the bulk pickup issue that the mayor negotiated? Does that need to be contained? And if you mentioned, maybe I missed it, but does that need to be contained? And,
Yes, so that
okay.
needs to be added to this ordinance, because now, right now, the one that we currently have is not even up to
Right.
date because of that updated change. So it needs to be edited and combined to what we have. And then, thank you for saying that about the mayor, because I think that there was certain like there's something else that's coming out that's like a change that the administration was reviewing, and maybe that was with you. And so basically he was asking to kind of hold off just an addition to add that to it. So I think that this is something that's continuing to evolve right now.
But just for the record, I did submit a whole package of proposed amendments to the mayor's ordinances. I don't know where those are. If you
Okay.
had sent them to the solicitor before or after, I have no idea, but.
Okay. Did you send them to Virginia to me though, or do you know if he
Yes.
sent? Okay.
To Virginia to be sent to you.
Oh, okay. So let me make sure that they did get to the city solicitor and follow up on that as well. Definitely. And then I know that there was some changes that you were making to speed humps because of with
Yes,
traffic and transportation as well.
yes.
you know-
I believe
you know-
I believe I also forwarded those to Virginia to be forwarded to you
Okay,
for
okay.
review, because again, I wasn't quite sure when the review came in. But I will double check the email, but I thought I sent them to Virginia to go to you in case you needed to get them to the solicitor. I don't know.
Yes, I can certainly do that. And we have a little bit of time in that one because the public hearing is not till the new year. So I will review
Okay.
both of those things.
And just for the record, the changes as I suggested them are not particularly substantive. Some of them are more formatting, consistency, cleaning up language, and I think just kind of cleaning them up again, because if we're going to, I think it's important to be specific and concise in when you're proposing these kind of changes. So that's what I did.
Well, we're lucky to have you.
I don't know about that. You might hate it,
Yes,
but anyway.
we need that.
You're stuck with me a little longer, but anyway.
It's awesome. So I think that that's pretty much what we're trying to do. Basically, I'm trying to end the year and getting these things kind of cleaned up and just kind of moving along. And if there's nothing else, I'll call for an adjournment.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
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 We are adjourned at 7:35. I don't know. My clock says 7:33, but I feel like my meeting was longer than 4 minutes. I don't know. All right. Thank you.
I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Is Rick?
Rick?
Richard, are you going to do your meeting?
The special committee on rules and procedures canceled tonight.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah, I hope
Yes,
everybody
thank
has
you.
Thanksgiving.
have a great Thanksgiving. Blessings to you all. Stay healthy.
Yeah.
Be safe.
Be safe.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Take it easy, guys.
Bye, Peter.
Bye, Peter.
Bye, Pete. Bye, Jim.